What's up, everybody? Thanks for watching today, baby. Ooh, baby. Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. Please smash that like button on your way in here. I'm waiting for my computer to start playing here. Remember, guys, that this Sunday and Wednesday live streams are long form videos, so we will be on here hanging out for 1, 2, 3 hours, whatever it ends up being. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns about Suboxone, Sublocade, Kratom, opiate addiction, anything like that, feel free to stick around and we will be chatting about that very soon. So we'll see you in a few minutes. Smash that like button and we'll see you in just a minute. All right, we're gonna go ahead and skip that little sound thingy thing. How's everybody doing out there? Sorry. It's rookie hour over here today. Rookie hour over here. Let me make sure that's turned off. No, it's not. Hold on a sec, guys. They changed a few things in here. It's throwing me off. All right, make sure that's off now. Sweet, there we go. So how are you guys doing? How are you doing, Kimmy? Good to see you up in here, girl. Looks like it might be a slow Sunday. Looks like things are starting off a bit slow here, so we'll wait and see if anybody pops in here, says hello, hello. Kimmy in the house says, hey, my loves, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button on your way in. Yes, please do, please do, please do. I had to reboot my router thingy. It was when I pulled it out to plug the cable in that I have to route downstairs. I unplugged the router, so I had to reboot. So it took me a little bit longer to get things going here. And yeah, I think it takes like 5 or 10 minutes for that thing to reboot. So let me know if anything seems off with this audio or video, visual, whatever, how you want to say that. Test this work. Did you do anything fun this weekend, Kimmy? I know you kind of had your fun this week. You've been kind of out and about doing more things, though, so that's cool to see. Tara, what's up, Tara? Tara says, hey, let me start throwing some comments up on the screen. So Kimmy says, Zach said he'll be listening while doing laundry. Awesome. Zach's always up in ghost listening. I appreciate that. Tara, have you heard anything from FMD? Has anybody talked to FMD? Somebody was messaging me something on my channel, and it was like they were worried about him, and I haven't heard from him. Have you guys heard or seen anything from him? I don't think he did a live stream this Friday, so I was looking for that, but I didn't see it. So hopefully he's doing okay. FMD, if you can hear this, let us know you're good, buddy. Let us know you're good. How you doing, Tara? How was your first week at the new gig, the new job, the new experience? Let's see here, Kimmy. So let's see here. Kimmy says, hey, Kevin, with all the support you give to everyone, do you feel like you get enough support? Oh, that's a really good question. Yeah, that's a really good question. Sometimes I wonder if like I should be doing more. You know what I mean? It has crossed my mind a few times to reach back out to my old counselor, because I actually looked forward to getting counseling, even if it's just like once a month or something like that. Just something occasional, just to kind of check in with somebody who is like external from me and my circumstances, really. Like just somebody who's, older, has more life experience and could maybe bounce some ideas off of, something like that. So I've definitely, that's funny that you say that, Kim, because I was recently thinking about that. But as far as like the support I get, honestly, I'm a pretty much a freaking hermit, guys. I don't really talk to anybody but you guys. You guys know a lot more about me than anybody in my actual real life by a long shot. By a long shot. There's a lot of people that are really close to me, or I don't even want to say really close to me. First, let me erase that statement. There is not a lot of people that are close to me, and there's only a couple of people that are close to me, and even them, many of them don't know as much of the stuff that we talk about here. So, yeah. You guys are definitely where I talk about a lot of deeper stuff here on this channel. But I really, I like that. What are you thinking, Kimmy? What's your thoughts about that? So Kimmy says, I worked all weekend. I'm still coming down from Matt Rife mania. Yeah, she got to go twice. She got to go twice to that baby. Looked like you had yourself a good time, Kimmy. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that, girl. Hopefully you didn't get too big of a sunburn, not when you were out there at the lake a while ago. I was wondering how bad of a sunburn that ended up being. Okay, so Tara says, I'm also concerned about FMD. I hope he's okay. So I think you're closer to him than anybody, Tara. So I would imagine if anybody would have talked to him, you would have. When's the last time you talked to him? FMD, where you at, boy? Where you at? You got your people checking on you. Yeah, I thought for sure he would have done his live stream, but he didn't do it, and he didn't say anything about doing it or not doing it. So I don't know. Maybe he's just working a lot. I hope he still got his job and stuff. I know that, didn't he say he had to like go back to like a lot of work or something like that, or he had like a big chunk of work he had to do. So Tara says peer support training is going really well. Thank you for asking. Learning a lot. 3 more weeks to go. So you're going every day, I think you said, right, Tara? Isn't that right? Oh, my hands are cold, guys. Holy smolies. I got that Raynaud's, I guess they call it. I just seen something today. I was actually looking at something today, and supposedly they're trying to roll out some kind of medication that's supposed to help with Raynaud's, if I'm saying that right. Do any of you guys have that where your hands and feet get so cold all the time, like abnormally cold, to where you're like self-conscious to shake somebody's hand? Ugh, I hate that. It's like, dude, you'd think I'd have better blood flow for how much I work out. Got some crappy blood flow. You have it too, Kimmy? Like, it's bad. I'm telling you guys, sometimes when I shake people's hands, I'm seriously like, I hope they don't think I'm dead. I've talked to numerous doctors about it, and they don't freaking ever say, they don't really think there's really a problem. So I'm just like, okay, I guess so. Tara says, Kevin, I think your idea to connect to someone for you to receive support is a fantastic idea. You deserve it. Thank you, Tara. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's definitely something that's crossed my mind. It's just like, yeah, it's something that crosses my mind. And I really, like I said, I really enjoyed the previous counselor that I had. So I wonder if he's still doing things. So I really like that he was, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 years older than me. So I like that, I like to have somebody who has more life experience than me. If I'm going to do something like that, I feel, and I'm not saying like I can't get anything from somebody who has less life experience than me, but it could just be different type of experience. You know what I mean? But it would probably be the same guy I was with before. I would think. I was just wondering, helping others helps us, but sometimes it can be overwhelming, making sure you're good. Okay, yeah, I feel what you're saying, girl. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes things can get overwhelming, and it's like you'll see sometimes like I don't respond to comments at all. Like I go through spurts of where I'm like really good about responding to every comment, but then there's times I'm like a bit overwhelmed, especially right now while I'm trying to build my other YouTube channel too. That has taken a lot of effort to like get videos put together and edit. And I'm having to do more editing on the other channels, so it's starting to take quite a bit more of my time to get the other channel going, but we'll see what happens. So Kimmy says mine turn red when they get bad. Yeah, mine do too. Do your hands or feet get worse, or is it about the same? Like sometimes I'm like trying to get the blood flow going. It's only bad in the winter. Yeah, winter gets really, really bad. Like sometimes it hurts. Sometimes my feet and my hands hurt because they're so cold. And that's not cool. Like I have to wear gloves around the house and shit. I really hope that they are coming out with something that can help with that, because everything that I've heard so far is like you just kind of have to tough your way through it, dress warmer. But it's weird because it's like half my body's hot and like the hands and feet are cold. It's like, what the hell is going on here? Like I'm not cold, but they're so freaking, it's like the blood flow is so bad that they get cold. Have you always had that, Kimmy? Yeah, that's what they all tell me. Nothing to be done about it. It's just like, dang, dude. There's got to be all the medicines they make for all the random things they make, and they don't make nothing for that, huh? FMD last messaged me on Monday. Not taking it personally, just hope he's okay. FMD, if you're reading this, lots of love. Yes, yeah, we hope you're okay, brother. I hope you're okay. Let us know. Let us know either way, man. Even if you're having a rough time, just let us know, Dan, because we care about you, buddy. I know sometimes, some people can feel like they might not fit in with others with certain things because of, I've heard Dan talk about something like the fentanyl people, or they don't really have the same struggles as some people like me who just took painkillers. And I don't want to downplay just taking painkillers, but it's like we still, just because we don't relate on every little thing with recovery and our addiction doesn't mean we don't care for each other, guys, right? So we definitely care about him, and we definitely hope that he's okay. Hands slightly get worse, Kimmy says. I've got my AC down on my feet right now. I was like, it's really kicking in my feet. My feet are getting really cold. Might have to close this vent. See if I can use my man hand feet to close this vent manually. Hold on, guys. I gotta close this baby. I'm back. Just remember that you are all my babies, and there are more of you babies coming in here right now, so I better see some comments rolling. No ghost listeners up in here unless you're Zach. All right, let's see here. I use the thermal hand warmer things. What's that? I don't know what that is, Kimmy. Is it like a I always thought about getting like heated gloves. No, only the last 5 years or so. It seems like it gets worse every year, which sucks because it's been pretty bad for, especially like Kimmy said, in the wintertime. They get so freaking cold. Oh, it hurts. I forgot to mention across, as you guys see, the disclaimer across the bottom of the screen. Remember, guys, that this is, I'll just let this reset real quick. Hold on a sec. Babies. Oh, and I forgot to take that part off. Geez, rookie status over here today. So as a disclaimer states on the bottom, guys, remember that I am not a doctor and nothing on this channel is medical advice. So if you, my friend, if you are struggling with addiction, please seek out your own medical doctor. And remember that everything on this channel is for entertainment purposes only, and for me to share my experience with you and for you to share your experience with others. Let's go ahead and remove that banner across the bottom now. And we will remove that. And we will change this one to that. As you guys see there, it says, please be sure and share with us your updates, goals, setbacks, etc. We want to support you on your path to freedom. So if you are struggling, guys, please reach out, drop us a message. And we just got a sponsorship, dropping the sponsor bomb up in here. It looked like that was Kimmy B popping up on there. What is going on with my stuff today, guys? Yes, it was. Shout out to you, Kimmy B, for dropping the sponsor bomb on the show today. Let's go ahead and fire up those ponies, baby. Fire them up. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Kimmy B dropping the sponsor bomb once again, guys. This chick dropped a sponsor bomb and she didn't even show up to the Wednesday live stream. Super, super, super shout out to you, Kimmy. I really, really, really fucking appreciate you and everything that you do for this channel, girl. You are a badass. Thank you very much for all you do for us here, Kimmy. Thank you. And that reminds me, I'm going to go ahead and put up the sponsors of the past 7 days on the bottom of the screen. There they are. There they are. Man, I'm rusty today. I was supposed to do that near the beginning of the show. Put that up there. I think the internet being janky kind of threw everything off. So I'm going to let that scroll back around again. But as you see scrolling across the bottom there, guys, it says shout out to the sponsors of the week, baby. Extra shout out to Kimmy B and KG Smith. Those ladies have been absolutely killing it up in here lately with the sponsor bombs. Shout out to you, ladies. I appreciate the love, the consistency. Huge, huge, huge thank you to Kimmy B and KG Smith. They are the sponsors of the week, babies. Also showing some love, we had Jerem 1979. Thank you, Jerem. I appreciate that, brother. We had Mikey and Callie Love. We also had Mama Deb and Sivan, whose name is Aviv Love on YouTube. And we also had Greg M, Mark G, Shannon, and Marky R. I think that was a record as far as how many people contributed over the week. I want to say that's 11. 11 people found value in this community, and they were in the position to be able to send a sponsor bomb, baby. So shout out to you guys. I'm going to throw a little thing on the screen that says, if you value this channel and you would like to show your support to help improve content, you can do so at the Venmo or Cash App links that are on the screen. And let's get back to some comments. Who is up in here? Who is up in here? KG Smith is up in here. She says, hey, Tara and Mama Deb and Zach. How you doing, KG? How you doing? Any updates on your situation? How's your blood pressure been? I think I asked her that on the Wednesday stream, but I'm not sure if you responded to that. Any updates on your doses, KG? Oh, Zach did make it up in here. He says, hey, everybody. What's up, Zach? Good to see you, buddy. Hopefully life is treating you well over there in the FL. You are a badass, Kimmy B. I want to be just like you. Speaking of Kimmy, I'm going to post a link. If you guys didn't know, she has her own YouTube channel. So go check it out. I'm going to post a link to it right here. Right here. And you can also just click on her name here in the chat and it will bring you to her channel. So please, guys, if you want to see what it was like for her to go through her Suboxone withdrawal, she also has a few other videos that she's been putting out. So please go check her out. I know that Mikey's been, what's it called? Binge watching her videos. I seen him making a comment or something. I can't remember if he posted that here or on her channel, but he's been watching all her videos. So shout out to you, Mikey, if you hear this on the replay, buddy. Hopefully you're doing okay. Let's see here. Hey. Zach says, just finished 6 loads of laundry. Single dad life. Wow, dude. That's a grundle. Damn. I think I do like 1 to 2 loads a week. Y'all got some laundry over there. Unless you just been stacking it. Either way, 6 loads is a ton. Just because I had to miss a live stream doesn't mean I didn't still want to support it. Yeah, that's freaking... When I seen that, Kimmy, I was like, oh my God. What a freaking sweetheart. Super freaking sweet, Kimmy. I really appreciate you. You definitely did not have to do that, girl, but I do appreciate that you did. Thank you. Thank you, Kimmy. She said something like, I didn't have service, but I wanted to contribute anyway, or something like that. I was like, oh my God, what a freaking sweetheart. Tara says, I volunteer at a recovery... Let's see, let me start over. I volunteer at a recovery meeting at a shelter I used to live at. Some of the people that go there are struggling with active opiate addiction, and your content is really helping me to support them better. That's awesome, Tara. Really freaking awesome. Do you see many of them? So I'm assuming you're talking about, are most of them on fentanyl, Tara? And if so, do you see many of the people that have like the gaping wounds on them? My freaking uncle has that right now. And I'm like, my grandma, she's like, yeah, your uncle Gary has wounds all over him, like open wounds. I'm like, it's the freaking drugs. And she's like, what? The drugs are doing that to him? She's like, they can't figure out what's going on. And it's just like, dude, it's the freaking fentanyl, man. It's the freaking fentanyl. Is that mostly what the people that you see, Tara, are struggling with is opiates? It seems like there's been a lot more people interested in talking about alcoholism on the channel. So if anybody, does everybody who watches, do you guys drink on a normal basis or no? If you guys could tell me, is alcohol like a normal thing to you guys or not? I'm just wondering if we should start making more, space for people who drink and who struggle with drinking. KG, do you drink alcohol? What about you, Zach, Tara? Hashtag, you made it. What's up, dude? Thank you. I was just, I sent a shout out to you a little bit earlier for the sponsorship on the Wednesday live stream. I appreciate that, my friend. I appreciate that. I'm glad you could make it back up in here. I was just thinking about you. I was looking at the Buvidal stuff. So hashtag says, just popping in to say hi. It's late here in the UK, so I might not be here long. Yeah, I want to say it's past midnight over there now, right? I'm just remembering that you were on till like really late in the UK your time on the Wednesday stream, so it's later now than it was then. What about you, Kimmy? How often do you drink? I want to hear from you guys. How often do you guys drink on a weekly basis? Is it normal for you to have like one night that you drink? Do you guys drink every night? I want to hear what, kind of what you guys are going through as far as drinking the old alky. Because I know a lot of people in my real life, it's like 80, I've said this before, like 80% people that I know, they probably drink every night. 80%. And are you guys seeing that in your friend and family group? If you guys could throw out like a percentage, let me know what you guys are seeing in your neck of the woods. But it's literally, it has to be way more than half. That's for sure. Babies. Any new updates on your situation? Hashtag. It was you that was tapering methadone, right? And you're going to switch to bupe and then get the shot, right? That was you, hashtag, wasn't it, right? Or was that Greg? No, I'm pretty sure that was hashtag. We were talking about the prices of Buvidol and stuff. All the best to everyone. Yeah, I'm glad you could make it. Sometimes I think that maybe I should start doing like earlier streams so people on the other side of the world can, because aren't you guys a day ahead of us too? Hashtag, isn't it Monday where you're at right now? Because it's Sunday evening here where I'm at. Tara says, hey, hashtag, glad you popped in. Yeah, I remember Tara was talking with hashtag on the Wednesday stream as well. It was kind of weird not having Kimmy and Mama Deb, and I think there's a few others that were missing on the Wednesday stream. It was kind of weird not having them, the normies there. So Zach says, I'm starting to drum again, filling in 2 times a month. Finally getting back to my passions after a year of hell tapering. Dude, that's awesome, Zach. That's awesome. Why don't you and Sonny get together and jam out? I know Sonny likes to play the guitar. That's good to hear, Zach. It's good to hear, buddy. So here we go. KG says, Kevin, I've felt absolutely perfect since Wednesday. Blood pressure is perfect and I feel awesome. My dose is 0.62 milligrams per day. I love to hear that, KG. I love to hear that. So was it just some kind of a fluke or what? Because I was like, I don't think it's got to do anything to do with that. So maybe it was just some kind of weird fluke or what? Can you chalk it up to anything, KG? So Kimmy says, I drink sometimes. I had a few at the show, but I feel like it's toxic to my body. So, okay, so how often would you say, Kimmy? So you had a few at the show. You probably didn't feel the best the next day, right? Like, let's just say over a month time period. How often do you guys usually have a few beers in a month period, or a few drinks or shots or whatever? Like, what's normal for you guys? I want to hear about you guys and how it is for you. Now that football season's starting back up, I might have a beer, I would say at very most once on a Sunday on my Seahawks game, and that might be it, just to kind of calm my anxiety. I was thinking, I was like, why do I do that? Because sometimes I'll have a beer during the Seahawks game, just one, and I really think it's because I get so anxious. I'm so into the game. So like, if something goes wrong, I'm like super freaking stressed out. It's stupid to say that letting a game on TV would really let it impact my anxiety like that, but it freaking does. I get that into it. Speaking of the Seahawks, the Sunday streams might have to bounce around on the time a little bit, guys, so be patient with me as the football season rolls in. The Seahawks football is like really important to me, and I definitely don't ever want to have to miss a game. So hopefully I don't have to move things around too much. I thought about maybe switching to a Saturday stream. What do you guys think about that instead of Sunday? Does Sunday work better for you guys or Saturday? Because if I switch to Saturday, then I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. Or what would it be better for me to go later than this on a Sunday or earlier on a Sunday? Just want to find out what time works best for you guys. I know everyone's got their own life to live, but so Justin, what's up? Justin says, "Oh, we got a Cowboys fan up in here too. So awesome." Justin says, "If you're on sub, will guys, I can't read today apparently. Let me start again. If you're on sub, alcohol will F up your stomach, my experience." There's a lot of people that are on butte/sub and they still drink. And yeah, some people might have an experience like that. I know that it says that you're not supposed to drink alcohol while you're on butte products, but so many people do, guys. So many people do. I don't think it's the best idea in the world, but there are a lot of people that do that. So KG says, no alcohol unless I'm going to a party wedding. Shot. Oh my gosh, that reminds me, guys. One time I went to Vegas and we went to that outdoor pool party that's like super freaking crazy. Oh my gosh. I brought my stepdad with me and he'd never seen anything like that. I don't know if you guys have ever been to those outdoor pool parties in Vegas, but damn, it was crazy. So crazy. That was probably 10 or 15 years ago. He still talks about that. So Tara says, I am in living in recovery from alcohol and drug abuse. Okay, so you work with people who do both. Okay. So Tara's been sober for 2.5 years. Okay, awesome. So Tara's fully sober right there. I love that, Tara. That's awesome. Hashtag says, I stopped drinking 2 years ago. It just doesn't appeal to me. Okay. I feel you there. Do you think the methadone has anything to do with the way that you feel about alcohol now? Because I kind of noticed, like thinking back on the timelines of when I started Suboxone, I definitely feel like I don't know if it was just like where I switched to my recovery to get out of the active addiction. It kind of seemed like it's right around the time when I found Suboxone and I got rid of the toxic relationship that I had. That's when I stopped drinking all the time. Because it was literally like I had to drink to hang out with this person, and that's definitely not good. So Tara says, yes, a lot of people in the shelters are in active fentanyl addiction. So do you see a lot of that, a lot of the gouges and stuff on like open wounds, Tara? Are you seeing that? Zach says, I'm so fortunate that I don't really like drinking once every 2 to 5 years. Holy moly, but I do it right when I do it. Laugh out loud. So he goes all out when he goes all out. Mama Deb, are you still in here? I know it's kind of getting late where she's at. It's about 8 o'clock over there. I was going to ask her how if she had a good Wednesday. So Kimmy says, I get hungover now from like 1 to 2 drinks. Almost not worth it. Yeah, see, that's not worth it to me. If like, oftentimes it seems like the fall isn't worth the rise with stuff like that, right? It's like, what, you might get a half an hour, an hour's worth of buzz from that, and then it's like you're feeling like shit the whole next day. No, thank you. So Tara says, oh, Shannon, you made it. What's up, Shannon? I thought you'd be over on Timmy's stream right now. I seen that he's streaming right now. So glad you could make it up in here again, Shannon. We've been talking about alcohol a little bit here today. And also, I wanted to thank you for your $10 super chat on the last live stream, Shannon. And I'm glad you could make it back in here. Good to see you. Good to see you back on the live stream. So we've had a couple of newer people recently find the channel, and they've been pretty consistent here coming on the live stream. So that's awesome, and I'm happy to see that, guys. Good to see you in here, Shannon. So Tara says also meth. A lot of people mix the two. Holy smokes. I remember when FMD had posted some kind of link to like the testing that they've done, the testing on different capsules and stuff. And some of them have like 10 different drugs mixed in. Could you imagine how scary that would be, guys, to be able to buy these capsules that are very strong, but you have no idea what it is, and it's got meth and all the other drugs. I don't want to say them all on here. Same Kimmy, one beer will do me in for stuffed up nose, sleepy, and hangover. Oh, the hangovers, guys, used to be so bad, so freaking bad. Ugh. Miserable alcohol hangovers. If you go hard, especially if you go so hard to the point where you get like you're throwing up, you're literally like, for me, it was at least the next day. Like the whole Sunday was totally gone. That's if I got lucky. If I got really unlucky, then it was Sunday and Monday before I started to feel normal again. I remember thinking so many times when I was hungover from alcohol, I was like, what in the hell am I doing? This is not worth it. Not worth it. But and then you have some people that just drink all the time and they don't ever even get hangovers. It's like, what? You drank that much and you're not even hungover? Your body is used to some high doses of alky. Since my surgery, I have no tipsy gauge. I'm either sober drunk or really drunk. Not a good look, so I don't do it much. That's good then. That's good that you don't. Did you used to drink more when you were younger, Kimmy? Yeah, tapering methadone. Okay, so I was right. All right, so I'm starting to remember because he's been here now twice in a row. So I'll start to remember you guys more if you start showing up consistently. I consult on the 16th to discuss the switch to subs and Buvidal a few weeks later. Awesome freaking stuff. Awesome stuff. How's the methadone taper been so far? So it's 12:35 Monday the 7th. Okay, so yeah, they're a day ahead of us. Almost a full day ahead of us. That's crazy. It's 12:35 a.m. over there. Wow, yeah, it's 5:30 p.m. here. I'm not a very social person, so if I went to a bar, I tend to loosen up and then I overdo it. That reminds me of the last time I did go to a bar, guys. I was probably 35, I'd say. So that was probably about 7 years ago. And it was a Halloween dress up party. And of course, I was a kind of a regular to where the bouncers, they all knew me. And the owner was always there. He knew me. And my buddy was upstairs. It's kind of an embarrassing story. So my buddy was on the third floor. And they were trying to close things down. And I was like, I got to go get my buddy. And this guy was like, no, we're all leaving. Like he was trying to like get me to go downstairs and I was trying to go up the stairs. And so I pretty much told him, all right, let's go. And I just picked him up and pushed him up the stairs, like probably 5 or 6 stairs. And he was just a skinny dude, right? And he was like, no, calm down. You know me. And I was like, I realized it was the owner. And wow, I felt like the biggest ass for doing that, because he was a small guy, but at that time of the night with that much alcohol in me, and I had a very large amount of testosterone rolling through my blood, and I had to go make sure that my friend was okay because we were leaving, right? And anyways, yeah, I just felt like the biggest asshole for doing that. I was like, wow, dude. I actually ran into him like 6 months ago and I was like, damn it. It reminded me of what I did. I was like, dude, I apologized to him again. I was like, dude, I felt like such a jackass for doing that. I'm sorry. At least I didn't like hurt him or anything like that. But to carry somebody upstairs like that, that's pretty messed up. I probably couldn't do Saturday, but whatever y'all want. Okay, so it sounds like Sunday works better for Kimmy. Shannon B, nice to see you again. So Tara remembers Shannon from the last stream as well, unless it was much earlier. Sometimes I wonder if I should do like a 12 o'clock stream, which would be 2 o'clock p.m. on your guys' on the East Coast. Just to try to give the people who are in different parts of the country like a chance to come on here and chat with us, because that would suck to get on here at 12:30 a.m. Like hashtag is right now. That's freaking late. Saturday actually works better for me, Tara says. Kimmy, I feel you. I'm a bit of a loner / recluse. I prefer it. Yeah, that's kind of how I am too, honestly. I didn't used to be that way though at all. I used to be so into like hanging out with all my friends and family and all the birthday parties, and now I'm just like, please do not invite me. Please do not invite me. And I laugh, but it's not really that funny. So Zach says, I feel like you don't feel alcohol while on high doses of subs. I don't really ever drink, but when I did, it was huge amounts, like nothing. Of course, huge hangover too. So almost like the subs are overpowering the alcohol. Is that kind of what you're saying, Zach? Kimmy says, I was only on 8 milligrams, but it didn't keep me from getting drunk. Has anybody noticed that the drunk is different if you're on bupe or not? Has anybody directly noticed? Like, has anybody actually done the testing to find out if it feels different? Hashtag says, I just found the hangovers took too long to recover from, so I stopped altogether. Yeah, that's how it started getting for me too. The older I got, the longer the hangovers kept lasting. The few times I drank on Suboxone, I was around 17 to 25 shots. Holy smokes. And I could act pretty normal. What? Well, at least I thought so. You had 25 shots of liquor, Zach, and you could act normal? That does not sound right. I don't think I've ever had more than like 10 shots in one night. I think 10 shots sounds like a lot. Maybe I have. Maybe I'm not remembering all the way. Just a quick side note, guys. It looks like we've got 14 likes on the video. I know we can easily get that baby past 20. So if you're in here hanging out and you haven't yet done so, please smash that like button. I would appreciate you. I really would. Babies. My babies. I think Marky said it's his son's birthday or something today, so I doubt he'll be in here. Same as Zach. I can go years without alcohol, but when I do drink, I drink to excess. Then the hangover is like 2 to 3 days. Best to stay away. Yeah, see, it's not worth it. Like, you maybe have a few hours of fun, right? And then it's just like, you know you're going to have hell to pay for the next few days. That's one thing that when I tried ecstasy, I've tried it like 2 or 3 times in my whole life, and man, that come down is rough, guys. Holy crap. I don't know if you've ever tried that, but don't do it, because it's a great time, but then that come down is absolutely devastating. Kind of reminds me of like Adderall in a way. Like if you're using Adderall recreationally, which I don't ever suggest anybody do, it's like it's great when it's working, and then it's absolutely miserable when it stops working. And it's weird that I got that. It's like I noticed really quickly with ecstasy and Adderall that I was like, there's no possible way that I could take these on a normal basis. It's like my brain was like, don't even try it, Kev. Don't even try it. I wish I would have had that same feeling with opiates. Would have saved me about 20 years and a lot of money. Freaking dummy. Last time I did shots all night, I was on subs. I did something so mortifying. I said I'd never do shots again. So sometimes people can have these wake up calls like I had with doing that crap to that kid in his own bar, just freaking being like to me it seemed kind of like I was the bully in that moment, and that's definitely not who I am, right? Freaking messed up. I felt like such a jackass. And I've seen, guys, I've been around a lot of people who have been intoxicated, and I've seen directly the excuse me, the like their like you'll see people will have like one night stands with a total stranger because they're on alcohol. People will drive their car thinking they're totally okay, and they're like swerving all over the place. Like it literally, you can tell it just makes your decision making so much worse. And I've seen, like, even when I haven't been drinking and been around people who have been drinking, it's like you can see their standards just go down fast once they start drinking. It's very interesting to just sit back and watch somebody start drinking and get drunk. It's very interesting because their personality, a lot of the times, it changes big time. And shout out to KG Smith sending a $40 sponsor bomb. Let's fire up the jets. Get these babies rolling over here. Shout out to you, KG Smith. I appreciate the love once again. Uh-oh. Dropped a bomb. Shaboom. Shout out to you, KG Smith. I appreciate the love once again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. She sent a whopper $40 over here. Shout out to you, KG Smith. Sounds like she's doing good with her Butrans patch. KG, did you hear what I had asked recently on the last live stream? I had asked about how are the patches, are you still having problems with them sticking to you? And if so, what are you having to do to get that to work for you, KG? Shout out to you, KG Smith, for showing the love once again, girl. Big time, thank you. Oh, Foxbat made it up in here. What's up, Fox? Good to see you, my friend. Fox. Feels like were you here on the last stream, Fox? I feel like you've been missing for a little bit or something. Maybe I'm just thrown off because Kimmy and Mama Deb weren't there for the last one. So maybe I'm thinking there was more of my normies that weren't there. Just remember that you are all my babies. Let's see here. So, fun singing / music is my passion. Oh, so Zach said, "You sing, Kimmy?" I've been listening to the old 80s songs. Oh my gosh, the music was so good back in those days. Holy crap. Kimmy, you can sing, and Sunny S and I can be your band. We need a bassist. Is that what he says? I had a dream last night that I was about to use. It felt so real. Does this still happen to you, Kevin? Anyone else? I don't ever have dreams about using, Tara, and I appreciate you sharing that. But damn, guys, I've been getting fucked with nightmares lately. And y'all know I don't swear, so I'm swearing because I'm getting sick of this stuff. Like my nightmares, guys, almost every night. What the fuck? Come on. Get out of here with this shit. Like some freaking scary ass dreams. It's like I'm being haunted in my sleep or some shit. I don't know if you guys can relate to that, but my sister said she has nightmares every night too. It's like, do you guys have nightmares all the time? Or am I just Am I just getting punked over here? Freaking sucks. It's like almost every night I'm ready for a nightmare. That's scary though. Yeah, I've heard some people tell me that they've had dreams like Tara did. That they like some people said that they were like they used in their dreams, so that when they woke up, they thought that they actually did it. And but yeah, that's a really scary dream to have that. Honestly, Tara, is probably just because you're working with people. It's just on your mind more often, so it's probably just something. I'm sure that the more you know how it is, guys. The more you think about something, the more like if you see a person or you think about a person you haven't seen forever, sometimes you'll have a dream about them. So a lot of it has to do with stuff that you think about all during the day or whatever. A lot of times the things that you think about during the day or the people that you think about during the day, that they'll sometimes end up in your dream shortly after. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but that's definitely something that I've noticed in my life. Mikey, you made it, my friend. Shout out to you, buddy. Mikey says, how's everyone doing this Sunday? Football season starting soon. Yeah, we were just talking about that, Mikey. Feeling terrible from an NSAID. My stomach has been killing me getting this NSAID. I got 3 more doses, 50 milligrams a day, 3 times a day. I don't know what that is, Mikey. Indomethacin? I don't know what that is. What's that for, Mikey? But I'm telling you, I cannot believe. Like the other day, I was looking at the Seahawks schedule. I was like, what? Next Thursday already? The preseason starts next Thursday? How? How? It seems like it's so much earlier this year than last year. I don't remember football starting in August. Is that normal? That don't sound normal. Here we go, Fox Bat. Okay, so Fox has an update. Says, here's my update. I've been having insomnia every few days and struggling more and more to sleep fully through the night. Luckily, it's not every night. I'm near 3 months since my last shot. So he had 100 milligrams. So, okay, so 3 months. Okay, yeah. So that reminds me about my buddy Kenny's story. So I'm going to bring that up here in just a minute too, guys. So just like seeing what Fox is saying and what he's going through. Fox, have you had RLS? Have you had RLS yet? So it seems like the people who try to do the lower shots are getting into withdrawal sooner, because Kenny took only, basically, I'll just say to make it easy sounding, he had 150 milligram shot basically, and then he started to go into withdrawal after, I think it was 2.5 months. So it makes sense to me how the people who take more shots will have a slower taper. I mean, it's just basic math, right? But I feel you, Fox. Yeah, I feel you. I understand. I know that sucks. How bad is it? Like, if you could put it on a scale of 1 to 10. I don't want to say there's a pretty big thing about Kenny's update, which I don't want to say too much more until I talk to him to make sure it's okay that I say that. But he's made some really big changes because of him going into withdrawal. So I wish I had dreams while sleeping. I just daydream, he says. Well, it's better than having nightmares all damn night. So Fox says, I haven't had RLS yet. Yes, we're really hoping that doesn't happen, man. We're really hoping that doesn't happen. Zach, didn't it take you 15 to 19 days to get used to a dose once you reduced? KG says. I don't think it took him, well, maybe when he was down to the lower doses. Yeah, I know that the lower that people get on their doses, the longer it usually takes them to stabilize on a certain dose. And I know that KG is way down there too right now. So Fox says, I like the evening stream. Zach says, yes, KG. So hashtag says, a month ago, I was on 150 milliliters per day of methadone. I think he means milligrams. 150 milligrams per day. I've rapid detoxed and been extremely uncomfortable each day, but not full withdrawals. Wow, dude. Wow. Damn. And you're down to like 25 or 30 milligrams now, aren't you? Hashtag. Holy smokes. That's a freaking rapid taper, my friend. That is a rapid taper right there. So if I can remember right, I'm pretty sure hashtag is down to like 30 milligrams of methadone per day. And I think he's gonna write right now. He's typing in more right now. So hashtag says, I've been on methadone for over 30 years. 30 years, guys. Zach, you just got smoked. Zach was on Suboxone the longest that I've ever heard. I think it was 17 years Zach was on Suboxone. So let me keep reading this. So current dose 4 weeks ago was 150. He says milliliters per day, but I think he means milligrams. Isn't methadone in milligrams, guys? I could be wrong. I rapid decreased again against the clinic's knowledge. I went from 150 to 100 immediately in 10 days. Damn. Okay, so in 10 days to 80, 7 days to 50, 10 days to 30. Holy shit. That is a rapid detox, my friend. And slow drop to now. Damn, he's down to 16 now, guys. So from 150 milligrams to 16 milligrams. Yes, it's been quite rough each day of the last 4 weeks, but not full turkey. If the spiders in the legs started, I took 5 milligrams and stopped. Wow. So same thing that hashtag says what I always say about Suboxone, guys. He says you'll be surprised what an initial big drop can do. OBS, I'm not a doctor. Each case is individual. We all wish each other the best with getting out, and I do you. So yeah, so you guys have heard me say in the past that you can taper fast at first. Like for people who are on higher doses of Suboxone, it's pretty reasonably easy to go from 32 milligrams of Suboxone down to 8 or 12 milligrams pretty freaking fast. You can really chop the dose down at first without having much of a problem at all in most cases, right? And remember, obviously, guys, that nothing we talk about on here is medical advice, as you guys heard me say earlier. And if you're struggling with addiction, make sure that you speak to your own medical professional. But yes, the taper, that's incredible that he went from 150 milligrams down to 16 milligrams. Can somebody correct me if I'm wrong on saying that methadone is measured in milligrams, not milliliters? Or do I have that wrong, or does hashtag have that wrong? Please let me know, guys. Okay, so Kimmy, she had that. She says milliliters to milligrams because it's liquid. Oh, okay. So, okay, that makes sense. I think that makes sense. Let me wrap my head around that. Milliliters is milligrams. Oh, it's the same thing? So I'm thinking in, so it's the same thing either way then, right? I have 4. Oh, so it's liquid. Okay. So I heard somebody say that, can't you get methadone in like a tablet or something like that? Or is it only in liquid form? I don't know anything about, I don't know much about methadone, guys. I've definitely never taken it. Not necessarily, depends on how it doses. Oh, okay, yeah, okay. I agree. Yeah, I think it's just because most of the time when I hear people talk about methadone, I usually hear them refer to it as milligrams, but it sounds like depends on this. Methadone pills are for pain, not addiction. All right, I'm gonna get back to where I was in the comments, guys. Let's see. I've been reading from the new comments here. Oh, in UK they're very reluctant to give methadone tabs because of diversion. I get that. Yeah, that makes sense. So how did you taper then without them knowing that if they're watching you take the dose, how did you taper yourself? But dude, hashtag props to you. In a month went from 150 milligrams to 16. That is absolutely killing it. Killing it. Freaking badass. I love to hear stuff like that, guys. Absolutely amazing. That's what you called somebody who is on a mission. So KG says, so looking back at my history, I think it's taken me around 12 days to level out. So it's taking you 12 days to level out the dose you're at now, right, KG? Are you talking about all of your doses? Sunday at this time is great, though. I've been making it to work, Tara says. Fox says, I'm a total hermit. I used to party a ton. Since I got sober, I like to prefer to spend time alone. Isn't that interesting how different that is, Fox? Wow. Like that makes a lot of sense. I tie a lot of it to that, exactly that, what you just said. The more it's like the holy shit. I didn't really think of it like that, and that it makes very simple sense, right? Like a lot of people who drink, they like to party and be social and go out and have fun and get rowdy and get drunk, and this is like if I had to go out and be around people who were intoxicated and annoyingly intoxicated, like extra loud and all up in your face, and doing that as a sober, like somebody who's not drinking, I could not do it. I could not do it. And so, in a way, I kind of feel like I kind of feel alienated from a lot of people who are in my family and friend group who do like to drink and enjoy their drinks. So it's like, because I don't ever want to hang around when people are like, when they're like that. So I'll like always leave early, and it makes me kind of feel like guilty in a way because I don't want to be around that. When I used to be so about the party, and now I'm totally different, just like Fox says. Being social is harder sober. So Zach says, yeah, I felt subs overpowered drinking until lots of shots. KG says, Kev, I can get just as drunk on bupe as I did without. Okay. Does it feel as pleasurable, KG, as far as like, do you find yourself enjoying drinking as much as you did without bupe in your system? Kimmy says, no difference for me. Oh, wow. I'm actually quite a bit behind in the comments. How the hell did that happen? Sorry, guys. You know how I do it around here. We've got 16 likes, guys. We can easily get that baby over 20. Please smash that like button if you haven't done so yet. These lights are bright, boy. Dim it down a little bit. That late night flow. I love my solitary lifestyle. Elliot, what's up, Elliot? Good to see you in here. Good to see you in here. Says, well, hit the like. Yes, please smash that like. I appreciate that. Thank you, Elliot. Good to see you in here. I'm not sure if I've ever really seen you on my stream before. I know we always see you on Dan's stream, FMD stream. Elliot, have you heard from FMD? Is he doing all right? If you could let us know if you've talked to him. Fox says, that's sweet. I used to live on the sailboat. So Zach says I was taking 32 to 40 milligrams per day, so maybe that was a factor. Whew. Zach, I'm curious because I know that you said when I've talked to you about this, you said that you don't really feel a lot different now that you're off of Suboxone. Do you like, what about when you were taking 32 to 40 milligrams? Did you feel different then that you could like point your finger at? Anything that you could notice, like thinking back on your days of when you were that high? Would you feel that was a lot different than you're at now? Or are you just talking about the lower doses? If that makes sense, Zach, I'll watch for your comment to pop up in the current stream. Yeah, because ecstasy is basically dopamine. Yeah, that's literally what it felt like. That's what they should call it. Instead of ecstasy, just call it dopamine. It just felt like it took every single bit of dopamine in my entire body and just gave it all to me within a few hours, and then I had nothing left. It freaking sucked. And then my girlfriend at the time, she took a freaking Ambien. I was like, you should not do that. You should definitely not do that. I was always super overly paranoid about like drug interactions. And she was over there snoozing out, and I was trying to fall asleep. I was so tired, but I couldn't fall asleep. That was miserable. Miserable. But I was like, I ain't taking no sleeping pill on top of this. That's like two things trying to fight each other. I'm not doing it. I hate the aftermath of Adderall, Elliot says. I don't know how people do it. Yeah, I definitely don't, especially if they're doing it recreationally, especially that. But I know that there are a lot of people that get some really good use using it as it's supposed to be used, but I definitely did not do it that way. I used it to have those extra feelings. So Fox says, I have ADHD. I used to take Adderall every day. It just made me feel calm. Yeah, that's a trip to me how different things can be for each of us. Like some people get super wired up and some just get chilled out like that. That's the weird thing too, is that I swear I have ADHD too, but why would it make me super wired? Probably just because I took too much. So I'm assuming, Fox, you probably just took it in low doses, right? And if you take it every day, obviously it's not really going to have too much of an effect as far as like you tripping out on it. When you talk about the aftermath of Adderall, do you mean directly after your dose, or do you mean after coming off of the med in general? That's a really good question, Tara. I have ADD, but I have major anxiety, so I think Adderall didn't mix because of that. Yes. Yeah, I don't think people who struggle with anxiety would do too well on a stimulant like that. Or even high doses of caffeine can throw people who have anxiety off. I definitely have a love-hate relationship with caffeine for sure. And I have had many years of love-hate relationships with caffeine. Thankfully, it's pretty easy to come off of for me. Nate S in the house says 9 months off today. Let's go. Shout out to you, Nate. Wow, I can't believe 9 months has gone by, my friend. Shout out to Nate S. Been off the El Suboxone for 9 months. Shout out to you, brother. Thanks for checking in with us. How are you feeling, Nate? Are you suffering from pause at all, or is life just handy dandy in the bandy? I just end up getting panic attacks a few hours after taking Adderall. Oh, that's a scary feeling, guys. Panic attacks are no joke. So it was the last stream you missed. Yeah, I was right. Okay. I've been trying to get out in the world more. Yes, I love that. Yeah, and there are a lot of people who watch this channel that I've been seeing get out and about more, and they're doing things more. Honestly, like I feel like I need to do that more too myself, guys. I need to be better at getting out and doing stuff. I definitely need to be better at that. But now that the weather is cooling off, that should hopefully help, because I just don't do the heat. Me and heat do not get along. I do sing, but I'm much better at classical/Broadway than pop music. Why don't you make a singing video, Kimmy? Speaking of videos, Kimmy, I'd never seen you post the questionable video that you were talking about posting. Luke, what up, Luke? Good to see you in here, my friend. How are you doing, buddy? Oh, Luke's been working on his stuff. I was watching your video. You were talking about your relapse, Luke. That was some pretty intense stuff you went through, my friend. Pretty damn intense stuff. 28 days clean, dude. That's awesome, man. I'm curious, Luke. What's the plan going to be? Are you trying to get off Suboxone or what? So I know you said you're down to like 2 milligrams of Suboxone. But are you worried about relapsing if you get off Suboxone, Luke? Or like what's the plan after Suboxone? That's what I'm curious about. So Luke's down to 1.5 to 2 milligrams of subs. Congrats. So I'm bouncing back and forth between the older comments and the newer ones, guys. Reducing. So I'm no longer in the inner city around fentanyl. Oh, that's good, man. That's good. You moved again? I used to dream about using so much. Still happens once in a while, Fox says. Probably once a month these days. It used to be every night though when I first got clean. When I dream, I'm either at the doctor or pharmacy trying to get my pills. My nightmares are using dreams. Happens every few months. I wake up thinking I have used and I'm so relieved when I realize it was just a dream. Damn, dude. How often do you have that dream? That's pretty wild. Exactly, Kev. Where your attention goes, energy flows. I've never actually used in my dreams. I'm always in withdrawal during them. So Kimmy says, Kevin, I change the patch every 5 days. Sometimes I put a what? A Q, I don't know what that is. Q-to-derm dressing over it, but I think that keeps in the moisture. So this week it's open air. Okay, so did you talk to the doc about changing it 5 days? Is that cool with him? I think, did you already say this? I can't remember if you've told me if you've already talked to him about that. But I thought you said you did. So it seems like 5 days might be the time. I wonder, KG, if when the weather cools off, if the patch will last a little bit longer. Like you won't have as many, issues trying to get that like that. Is that hormone replacement? Zach says. I think Zach was talking about when I hulked the dude up the stairs. So that's when I was on taking higher doses of steroids, testosterone. That's definitely not when I was just getting my stuff prescribed from the doctor, Zach, if that's what you're referring to. I was on probably 500 milligrams of testosterone per week, which is a lot, all things considered. So Fox says it's totally tolerable at this point. I can manage not sleeping every few nights. I just hope it doesn't get worse. Yes, I'm knocking on wood for you, my friend. Fox, keep us in the update, buddy. Keep us on the update. Hashtag says I've been on methadone for over 30 years. Current dose 4 weeks ago was 100. Oh, I already read that from earlier. So let's see. What's your thoughts on coming off of methadone if someone is allergic to bupe? Wow, that's interesting. I would say for me, Tara, I would say it depends on how far along they are in their recovery and if relapse is a concern or not. Like, can they still get their connect fired back up? Have they been sober for some time to where they're not really worried about relapse? Then that's a totally different ballgame to me, right? But just to, just to rush off of methadone just to do it, I don't think that's the wisest idea, especially if somebody is really in risk of relapse. And I know, guys, I'm still 20 minutes behind the comments, so be patient with me. Be patient with me. I'm trying to speed through the comments here. Hashtag my heart is with you. You're doing some hard work, friend. Yeah, I'm really excited to hear how hashtag's transition goes from the methadone to the subs to the shot. It's going to be awesome to hear how that goes, and to hear from somebody who actually has experience with the Buvidal shot, guys. That's going to be awesome to hear that. So I'm going to get you guys as much information as I can regarding that, since there are a lot of people who are sitting on the sidelines right now of Sublocade because the shot is too expensive. So I'm going to find out as much as I can about the costs and stuff as soon as I can. Babies. You all my babies. And let's see here. I have 4 liters of methadone in my cupboard, and I'm determined not to touch it. That's some willpower you've got going there, my friend. Pharmacy gave you that much? Not necessarily. It depends on how it doses. Scrolling. Keep these doggies rolling. In UK there, I already read that one earlier too. All right, so I'm kind of hitting the comments where I was reading the active comments. I agreed, Kevin. It sucks to be the sober one in the group of people drinking. Yes, it sure does. After being pressured by the clinic 2 years ago to reduce, I was officially on 30 milliliters per day, collected weekly. For the last 2 years, I was topping up, and the clinic didn't know. Okay, that makes sense. That makes more sense then. Getting the old stock up plan. Being sober changed me in many ways. I can't be around drunk people. If I'm sober, I'd get so annoyed. Kimmy says. Wait, what, Kimmy? So Kimmy says 30 milliliters would be 300 milligrams. Okay, now I'm getting confused now. I think I might be getting more confused now. Hey, then. That doesn't sound right, Kimmy, because if he was taking 100 and, what did he say, 150 milliliters, that would be what? Like 1,000 milligrams? Something don't sound right with that. And I know that she was responding to this comment from like 15 minutes ago, so. I was buying 120 milliliters weekly a month ago. I just had enough. I rapid detox myself, stacking up 4 liters. I can't wait to ditch it. Burn that, baby. Burn it. Hashtag says milliliters is the same as milligrams, I think. Yeah, I thought that's what Kimmy was saying earlier, too. And I thought the same, too. But then she said something about 30 milliliters would be 300 milligrams, which that doesn't sound right to me. I don't know if she just hit something 120 milliliters daily. Yeah, it's interesting hearing somebody talk about methadone in milliliters. I think literally the first person I've ever heard to refer to it as milliliters. I think since I dosed 10 doses per day, Zach took 10 doses per day of Suboxone. I mostly was used to it. I never took a bunch at once, so I feel pretty much the same. Surprisingly. Wow, dude. So even at Zach's high Suboxone dose of 40 plus milligrams, he doesn't feel super different now being off. Dude, that blows my mind. That really blows my mind. Seriously blows my mind. And it's probably exactly that because he took it so spaced out like that. See, for me, whenever I was on high doses of subs, I would take almost all of it at once. I would take at least 8 milligrams in the morning and then 8 milligrams at night. And that was like If not, it was just 16 milligrams all at once, and I would just go back to sleep and sleep half the day. It would just knock me out to where I was sleepy all day. But it sounds like Zach he spaced it out for so long that he never really felt like the big rush. Hashtag says, I turned 60 years old in January. I had enough. Also, I'm going to be working out of the area over winter, and the nightmare of switching clinics in the UK to another town is too much hassle. I feel that. Oh, I see what you're talking about, Kimmy. She says, sorry, I realize there's different brands. Some have doses as 1 milliliter to 1 milligram, and others have 1 milliliter to 10 milligrams. So, yeah, it had to have been the 1-to-1, I'm sure, on his dose. Because if it was a 10x what he was taking, then that would literally be like 1,000 milligrams per day. And I've never heard anybody take that much. But I'm sure there's been somebody, but I bet it was the 1-to-1. That's probably safe to say, because the doses, it sounded more in line with what I've heard other methadone people say that they were taking. Babies. Hashtag, do you have a relapse prevention plan in place? Question mark. I think Buvidal will be easier as I can come back to my hometown just once a month for the shot. Oh yeah, Fox. So you missed out. You missed out on this conversation. So we've already had a lot of this conversation last on the Wednesday live stream. Fox with hashtag. He was sharing all this stuff. Kimmy says, "Sorry, y'all. I'm off tonight. You're good, Kimmy. I'm having a little bit of problems reading myself, so you're good, girl. Just one of them days when your shit ain't working right." Okay, you're switching. So I'm getting more caught up in the comments. I'm scrolling, trying to get caught up with the live comments so I can chat with you guys. So Luke says, thyroid issues made me feel so terrible. I don't think I've ever had my thyroid checked. Do they check that on the CBC test? Does anybody know? How did you discover that you were having thyroid issues, Luke? If you're still in here. Luke, did you ever get your T3, 4, and T8, TSH tested? And he says, honestly, I couldn't even walk down the street without being exhausted. I am extremely mad. I relapsed and precipitated withdrawals for 26 days. My Suboxone still doesn't work 100%. Dude, that's freaking whack. 26 days? That's the thing that blows my mind, Luke, because if you're still in here, let me know. Florida Man Dan, he was able to bounce back and forth to Suboxone like nothing. He didn't have any precipitated withdrawals. So I wonder if you guys just are getting something that's totally different from each other. Because I know Florida Man was worried about getting back on Suboxone. I was like, I understand the concern, but he just microdosed into it and it worked. He didn't have precipitated withdrawal from what I can remember. And he relapsed, what was that, guys? Like 2 or 3 weeks ago, something like that. So there's been a lot of people relapsing. Luke, what do you think it is that made you relapse? If you're still in here, let me know. Like what triggered that? At least we have proof now Kimmy is human. The new fentanyl has an extremely high binding affinity and lipophilic. It makes Suboxone not work for weeks, sometimes months. Yeah, that's really scary, man. That's really freaking scary. Oh, God. Guys, could you imagine that? Could you imagine trying to get out of that lifestyle and knowing that like it's going to interact with Suboxone in a bad way? It really makes me curious why Luke's situation was so different than Florida Man Dan's. It's almost like we need to get those guys on a call and find out what exactly why it was so different. As it seemed like I said, Florida Man got back on Suboxone really easily. So that trips me out that he's still having so many issues with that. So, Luke, I'm curious what your plan is from here, buddy. Like as far as like going forward, if the Suboxone starts working better, are you gonna up your dose or stay on 2 milligrams for a while, or what? Like, what's the plan there? Because hopefully, being so fresh into a relapse, that hopefully you want to have some kind of plan going forward. I'm just curious as to like what you're thinking. If you're still in here, let me know, buddy. Let's see. Hashtag says 120 milliliters daily. Sorry. Milliliters is the same as milligrams, I think. Yeah, I was thinking about what Kimmy was talking about, and it makes sense because sometimes like on my testosterone it'll be 200 milligrams per milliliter, and then sometimes it'll be 250 milligrams per milliliter. So it can kind of get confusing unless you're in the medical field and you're working with this stuff all day. Then obviously then you would be able to speak on all of these. My babies. It depends on the weight and temperature of the substance, the milliliters to milligrams conversion. I'm almost caught up to you guys. I'm almost caught up. We've gone for an hour and 30 minutes. We've got 18 likes, guys. We got to easily get that over 20. Please smash that like button if you haven't yet done so. So Kimmy says, no, Kevin, it's 3 separate tests. I have my thyroid checked twice a year. Okay. I gotcha. So I don't think I've ever had my thyroid checked then. If it's not like on the normal CBC test, I don't think I've ever had it checked. Isn't that mostly something with the ladies? Isn't it mostly ladies that have problems with their thyroid, or a lot of guys have that issue too? If anybody knows, let me know. What are the symptoms of something being off with your thyroid? I don't know that. I've never had issues with it. I remember my ex-girlfriend, she used to always have some pretty bad thyroid problems. And it was really causing kind of a lot of issues. It was pretty scary, actually. Hashtag says, I'm also worried about post withdrawals. I'm going to discuss microdosing with my clinic. I actually think they just want you in moderate withdrawals before giving you a small dose of subs. Yeah, I think that sounds right to me from what I'm thinking. Just start low and make sure that you. One thing I did want to say with that hashtag is that I know that sometimes when doctors like induce people on Suboxone, like for me, when I went in, the doctor's like, "Okay, put one under your tongue," and it was literally like 3 minutes later. He's like, "Are you feeling good? Are you all good now?" He's like, "No, put another one under your tongue." I was like, "Dude, 3 minutes? It doesn't kick in that fast, doc. What are you talking about?" Like I knew it didn't too. This is before I knew all the stuff that I know about Suboxone. So if that situation happens, hashtag, make sure that you wait a while. Like tell your doctor you need a good hour and a half, 2 hours before you be thinking about taking more. Don't just be like, oh, you good in 5 minutes? Okay, take more, because that can really backfire. I have seen and have heard of that happening. That same scenario that I just mentioned has happened more often than you guys would think. Like, and it makes sense, right? I don't expect the doctor to sit there and hold your hand for an hour and a half, but it's not realistic to think that Suboxone is just going to fully kick in 5 minutes or 4 minutes or something like that, right? So that's what I'm thinking. Make sure that you tell your doctor or whoever is working with you, hashtag, that you need to wait a while before you be thinking about redosing. So that's just what I would say about that. My babies. And Tara says, I would love to see FMD and Luke on a call together. Me too. I've been telling them they need to do that for a while now. It would be cool to see what they say, right? And for them to share their experiences. I bet they could relate to each other a lot. You know what I mean? So I really wish that they would make that video, or I would be happy to host them here on this channel to do that video as well. But if either of those guys are watching on the replay, let me know if you're interested in doing that. I would appreciate you. And we just had another sponsorship. Shout out to Mark G dropping the sponsor bomb over here, baby. Ooh, baby. Fire it up, fire it up. And Mark G is hashtag, as you guys have been interacting with him here in the channel, dropping the sponsor bomb. Oh. Shout out to you, buddy. I appreciate the $15 sponsorship on the PayPal. That's awesome, awesome stuff to see. I appreciate you showing the love once again and for checking in with us. I know it's like 1 o'clock a.m. where you're at right now. So shout out to you for hanging out with us at 1 a.m. on a Monday morning, baby. Or I guess it would be Tuesday morning now, right? Something like that. Monday? No, Tuesday now. Shout out to you, buddy. I appreciate you showing the love once again, my friend. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate that, brother. Let's see here. He says, thanks, Kevin, for all the work. Shout out to you, Mark. I appreciate that, buddy. Showing the love, baby, babies. Looks like we've got some more people creeping in here. Please smash that like button, guys, as you're dropping in here. It looks like we did finally get that to 20. We could easily get 25 on here. I know we can do it. Savon just stopping in the house. What is up, girl? Where you been? Where you been, Savon? Where you been, girl? She says, thanks. Just wanted to say hi. I'll be back. Love you guys. Oh, what did she say before that? Oh, it's your birthday. Happy birthday, Savon. Awesome. Should we sing her a happy birthday song? I think she said she had to leave. Happy birthday to you. Hopefully you're having a good birthday out there in Killicali, Savon. Hi, Kevin and Kimmy. Kevin, there's an underactive and an overactive, both different symptoms. Oh, okay. That's starting to ring some bells over me now that you're saying that, Kimmy. Kimmy, so many people are stuck for life after too long full replacement therapy. So sad. Yeah, I'm mad at my old endo. Apparently you can taper off thyroid meds if you're only on for a short time and your thyroid can heal. I've been on 22 years, so I have to take them forever. Damn. You're like, bruh. Yeah, I would be mad too if somebody goofed something up and I had to be on something forever, right? Doesn't filter. Yikes. All right, so we've got 17 people in here. Smash the like on your way in. It looks like there's more people stopping by. I appreciate that. Y'all hanging out with us on a Sunday night, or depending on if you're in the UK, it might be a Monday a.m. Let's see. Other comments. So happy birthday, Savon. Zach says TSH used to be hypo under 5, but now some docs say 3.5 cause people are all different. Hashtag says awesome. Thanks for the tip. You are welcome, my friend. Yeah. I know that a lot of people are afraid of the precipitated withdrawal stuff, so I would say you could use kratom to fill the gap, but obviously you can't get kratom where you're at; it's illegal. So you gotta push things a little bit harder, and you'll be able to. If you've tapered as hard as you have, you'll be just fine. You'll be just fine. Zach says, yeah, my daughter has an atopic lingual thyroid. T never dropped down the neck around birth, so it's tiny and on the back of her tongue. Kimmy says, Kevin, Marky thought it would be fun to have a panel with you, me, Deb, Zach, and Marky well within 2 years of being off subs. Let me read that again. I'm not really... I mean, yeah, we're definitely, that sounds like a lot of people to have on at once. You've seen how hard it was, Kimmy, when we had, I mean, we had, what did we have? 4 of us on, and there was like technical difficulties. We can try to have more people on if you guys want to try that. We could definitely try it. I just I don't know if it's going to be, the thing too about having too many people on at once is that there's a lot of like, I don't know, I just felt weird. Even having just us 4 on, what did we have, 4 or 5? Kimmy, you were one of them that was on. We had Jill and Tara. I think it was just us 4. But it's kind of like a lot of dead air for a lot of people. If there's more than like 2 or 3 people, it starts to kind of, I don't know. I just felt bad like just having someone sit there. And you know what I mean? It's like, so if we had 5, 6, 7, 8 of us on here, it might be, I don't know. It might be a little too much. But we can try it. A lot of people like trying to talk over each other, and a lot of, not everybody uses headphones, and so that creates an issue of like, some people talk over each other and they don't hear when other people start. They can have a lot of technical difficulties if you have a lot of people in here. That's something that I've noticed, but I'm down to try it though. Burning the midnight oil. Callie Love, what up, girl? Stopping in here, hanging out. I appreciate you stopping by, Callie. Good to see you. Not sleeping great these days, so no drama. Pro Tools Fanatic, what's up? Says, I've been at 16 milligrams of Suboxone and for about 8 years, and at 51 years old, sex drive is slowly getting lower and lower. How do I need to go on subs to get some drive back? Jeez. I don't mean to laugh. I'm not laughing at you, but I just know there's a lot of people who struggle with sex drive and low libido. Specifically people who have been on it for more years and who are older. So yeah, 16 milligrams at 51 years old. I can definitely see why sex drive is taking a dip. First thing I always go to is, have you had your testosterone levels checked? And is there a reason you're still taking 16 milligrams after 8 years? Are you not ready to start tapering your dose down? Tapering your dose if you're in the right position to with your recovery, obviously. I don't suggest anybody get off of Suboxone just to get off of Suboxone, guys. And remember, I'm not a doctor, so this isn't medical advice, but I really think that you need to make sure that your recovery is solid before getting off of Suboxone. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I think Suboxone is like the cheapest life insurance that an opiate addict can get, especially in 2023 with the fentanyl that is just everywhere. It's like, I don't see why some people would want to rush off of Suboxone if they don't have the clean time, the equity in their recovery to be out there vulnerable like that, with basically driving around without insurance, right? Knock on wood, that doesn't really happen to anybody, but yeah, I would say Pro Tools, if you're still in here. Oh, you are still in here. It says, thanks for the response, guys and gals. It helps. I've made videos. If you haven't seen them, you're welcome to check them out. Just do a search for Kicking Addiction, Sex Drive, Low Libido, stuff like that. I think I have like 3 videos on this topic. But first things first, always start with the testosterone levels. Make sure your testosterone levels are where they need to be. If you haven't checked, then I would say they're almost guaranteed to be very, very low. Probably under 200, I would say. But if you're on supplemental testosterone, That will definitely help. Or start tapering your dose. That will also greatly help as well. And you can definitely get some Viagra or Cialis from your doctor. Hopefully you've talked to your doctor about this. The Viagra and Cialis can really help a guy get through some rough times, right? It'll really help you out. And it's kind of like a Band-Aid, of course, obviously, because the issue at hand is that your testosterone is likely too low and that you're just numbed from the high dose of Suboxone, right? So the lower the dose you can get at the appropriate time, if you're safe in your recovery, then that's something to look forward to start tapering for sure. I would think after 8 years, if you're on 16 milligrams, you're probably ready to start tapering. Baby. But give me some more details if you can, Pro Tools. I'd like to hear more about your situation if you could. I'm honestly surprised you even have a sex drive if you're on 16 milligrams at 50 years old. Honestly, I'm really surprised that you even have that. Many people in that same scenario, they haven't had sex for months. Kimmy knew exactly where I was going to go with that. Yep, always check testosterone, guys. That's the first thing. So he says, I have, yes, it was low normal, but don't exactly remember the numbers though. And so it depends on how your doctor is. I was also in the low normal range, but I was at like very, very bottom of low. And I was like, this ain't working, right? So my doctor got me what I call optimized, and he got me in the upper normal limit range. I want to be at the up here, doc, at the top. Because Suboxone numbs your junk, right? It numbs you downstairs, and it can definitely delay things and make things squirmy and not in a good way. So Kimmy says, well, I'm 20 months off subs and still very low drive. Yeah, that's very interesting. It's very interesting to hear that, to hear women talk about having a low sex drive. Because to me, I think, well, what does it really matter if the women had low sex drive, right? Because the guy has to be able to perform. He has to get things going and keep things going, right? So it's very interesting when I hear the ladies talk about them having a low sex drive, and I'm like trying to imagine that scenario. And so it's just like basically just like you're just never in the mood for it. So like your libido's just kind of gone. That's kind of what it sounds like. Kimmy, is that what you're saying? And we just had a $10 sponsorship from Sivan showing the love on her birthday. Damn, girl, showing the love once again. Shout out to you. Fire up that jet. Shout out to you, Sivan, dropping a $10 Cash App on her birthday. That's how she know she loved this channel, guys. Dropping the sponsor bomb. Woo! Happy birthday to you, baby, baby, baby. Happy birthday, girl. I hope you're having a great birthday, and I appreciate you showing the love and hanging out with us here on a Sunday night stream on your birthday. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. I know she's going to get her first Sublocade shot, guys, in like a week. I think it's the 14th, if I can remember right. That would be next Monday. Sivan, that reminds me, I was going to ask you, how do I really say this? Is your insurance paying for the Sublocade? Because I just want to make sure that you guys are all doing your homework before getting on Sublocade and making sure that the insurance is going to cover X amount and that the doctor's appointment is only going to be X amount. I just want to make sure that you guys don't go diving into Sublocade and then getting some big bill later on, right? Because I have heard of a horror story one time, and it sounded like a really bad deal. So just make sure, guys, that if you're considering Sublocade, that you talk with your insurance and make sure that you understand how much it's going to cost you to be on it. Because I think a lot of insurance companies will cover Sublocade. But I just want to make sure that you guys find out before you get any surprises. That's all I got to say. And also, too, that Brixadi is coming to our market soon, and that should be quite a bit cheaper if you guys can wait, right? So I'll just say that. Sublocade in our market here in the States is obviously the leader. It's been out for quite a while now, and it's like what people have more experience with here in this area. So just wanted to kind of tap on that here for just a moment here. No pause. So Nate says, no pause that I know of, if anything, the opposite. So it sounds like things are going really well for you, Nate, and I'm really glad to hear that, brother. You deserve it. Pro Tool says 20 months off. That's crazy. I think you'd be like a teenager again. I know a lot of people have said similar stuff to what Pro Tools just said. I would love to take 2 years off of work to get off subs. I do construction, so I need all the energy I can get. So it sounds like Pro Tools is the kind of person that gets energy from his Suboxone. So that's where I can see where it would be harder to let go of something that you think that you get this awesome energy from. I get that. Is that why you're still taking that dose? I think that you can have plenty of energy if you lower your dose. Once your body adjusts to it, obviously. There's going to be a little bit of an adjustment period, of course, but yeah, some people they feel like they get this imaginary I don't want to say imaginary. They get this like huge boost of energy from their Suboxone. So I get it. It's likely the partial opiate, right? Cuz many people get energized off of opiates. Okay, awesome. So Savan says, yes, insurance pays. Okay, that's good to know. I need seeing. Thanks, Kev. I love that. Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know, Savan. I just want to make sure because I know a lot of people are considering Sublocade or thinking about it. And I hate for anybody to get like their hopes up, thinking they're gonna go just down there and grab it, and then their insurance is like, nah, brah, can't do it. So I'm glad that you've already done the research. Okay, so she says just not Ken Star visits. Yeah, I mean, I would probably find that out too, Savan. Find out as much information as you can just to make sure, because yeah, I just want to make sure that you get that all dialed up and you know exactly what to expect and be ready for it. You never know, like I have never been to Dr. Ken Starr's office, so I have no idea what he charges there or if insurance pays for it all or whatever. Hashtag says, guys, I need a brew and dog needs bedtime pee. I'll leave you playing in the background while I'm in bed. Night, y'all. Sleep good, my friend. Sleep good. I appreciate the sponsorship and also you coming back here at 1 a.m. Really late where you're at. So I appreciate that hashtag. I appreciate you showing the love to the channel. Thank you once again. That's 2 streams in a row. I appreciate that, my friend. So Kimmy says, yeah, I took 2 weeks off. The acute was over, but pause lasted a year. So Kimmy really got hit with the pause for a long time when coming off Suboxone. My babies. We got 20 people up in here, but only 20 likes, guys. What happened to the likes? Is that button broken? Or can you guys smash that baby? I bet you could smash it real quick for me and get that baby over 25. There we go. I seen one. One of you smashed it. There's 21. Do we got 22 likes? Do we got 22? 23? Do we got 23? No, we only got 21. I tried. Savan also has a small YouTube channel. There we go, guys. You smashing that like button. I see we got to 23. And hopefully Savan will, hopefully the doc will let you take video of you getting your shot. That would be freaking awesome. We would love to see that. I haven't seen any other new videos from you, Savon. Have you put anything else out? Sometimes YouTube doesn't like show me stuff for whatever reason. Speaking of YouTube, did you guys see that poll that I took on the channel the other day about how much time people are spending on social media? Holy smokes. Okay, that's good to know I'm not the only one that's spending way too much time on the YouTubes. Goodness sakes, I could not believe how many of us. I guess you could call it social media addiction or YouTube addiction. Damn, guys. This shit is addicting. It really is. I'm laughing, but it's not funny. You guys know I laugh a lot just for the hell of it, but hashtag says, I love this little community. Keep it up, guys. Kevin, you work so hard on all this. Much appreciated. Thank you. Hashtag. I appreciate you showing the love, brother. I appreciate that. And I'm excited to hear how your transition goes, buddy. Pro Tools, I feel that hard labor is hell when you're in withdrawal. Yeah, hard labor is hell even when you're not in withdrawal. So I get it. I get it. Thanks for the response, guys and gals. It helps. And remember, guys, that yes, I know that I am quite a bit behind in the comments. I'm like 10 or 15 minutes behind. So if you are wondering why I'm not responding to the current comments, that's because I'm trying to get caught up, babies. Ryan Howard, what's up, Ryan? Good to see you in here. I think Ryan's a newbie here. Start strength training for low T and Tongkat Alley root extract. You'll be pitching tents every morning, Zach says. Pro Tool says T10-4 on 3.5 mils. That's my goal this month. What's T10-4? I don't know what that is. T10-4. Oh, yeah, I don't know what that is. On 3.5 mils. So if I'm reading what you're saying right, Pro Tools, are you saying that you're trying to taper down to 3.5 milligrams per day? I don't even know if that's what you're trying to say. That's my guess. Give me some more information if you can on that, Pro Tools. I don't understand what you meant, buddy. Sometimes you got to fake it till you make it. No pun intended. Low libido sucks. Yes, it does. Jill, you made it. What's up, Jill? Says a candy apple red Mustang will work wonders too. And a clean microwave. Don't forget that clean ass microwave though, right, Jill? Fox says, well, women still have to be in the mood to play around. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Never just randomly aroused. Takes a ton of effort. Dang. Yeah, that would suck. That would suck, Kimmy. Even if you were like a hunk, like that dude that you went to the show, that Matt Rife dude, even if you were him, would it take a lot of arousal? I'm laughing, but I'm seriously asking. Looks like I need to find another family doc. Thanks, Kevin. Yeah, I would say, I mean, if you have a good doctor, Pro Tools, I wouldn't say maybe you don't need to switch that, but I would say take a look at your numbers again and let me know what they are. And if you're on the really low end of normal, I'd just ask your doc, like, doc, that unless you're planning on tapering off Suboxone, if you're going to stay on it for a while, that's kind of how I would look at it. If you're going to lower your Suboxone dose and start tapering, Pro Tools, then maybe you don't need to worry about getting on TRT. But if you're going to stay on it, especially 16 milligrams, which is a pretty high dose, all things considered, especially for the long haul, I honestly think the move for you right now would be, well, first check your testosterone levels and make sure they're, not too damn low, because some doctors will literally just go by the numbers and they're like, if you're in 250 to 900, I think the range is, if you're like 251, they'll say you're in the normal range, which that sucks to me. If you're having sexual issues and lack of desire, it's likely because your testosterone is low. And if that's not it, then it's probably obviously also the Suboxone as well. So those two things kind of contributing. And the higher the dose of Suboxone, the lower your testosterone will be. babies. I'm going to go ahead and just leave that comment on the screen. That's hilarious. Oh my gosh. All right, I'm only 10 minutes behind the comments, guys. I'll get caught up. Just be chilling with me. Kind of wish I didn't close that vent. Now I'm starting to get hot in here. Sorry, sometimes I don't censor myself enough, but trust me when I say I'm much more low-key in here than I am in real life. I know you are, Kimmy. I know you are. Savant says, love you guys. Zach says, same here. I had zero libido. My wife asked one time, do you just not like sex? I felt bad, but just had no desire to be intimate. And I hear that comment so often, guys, so often from people who are on Bupe. They're just like, dude, I'm just not interested. And this stuff it can turn that part of you off for sure. I definitely have experienced that as well. Oh my goodness. Let's see. We've been going for 2 hours, guys. We'll probably start to chill things out in the next, 10 or 15 minutes or something like that. I'm going to dim these lights a little bit more. We getting late night up in here once we dim these lights down. It's the after hours, baby. Yeah, that's the issue. Limited natural arousal, but it can be made to happen. Yes, that is a very awkward moment. I avoid it at all costs with the wife. Like, to make her happy, Yeah, I get it. Yeah, Pro Tools, have you ever tried Cialis or Viagra? I think that could really help you out there for a little bit. And you should be pretty cheap to get that too. Greg, you made it. What's up, Greg? So Greg was up in here on the Wednesday night live stream. Yes, it was a Wednesday night. Greg says, what's cracking, Kev? Second week in a row catching the live show. Quick question. My doctor is injecting Sublocade in 4 different spots. What? 2 are in a spare tire range. The other 2 not so fatty. Dangerous? Question mark. Whoa, Greg. Wait. I'm assuming that you mean each injection will be... Wait, let's back up. Because that's normal where they inject that, but they're not doing it all at the same time, right, Greg? And shout out to you, Greg. I appreciate the sponsorship on the Wednesday live stream, brother. You missed it earlier, but I said to thanks. I sent you a shout out earlier, and thanks for that sponsorship. I appreciate that too, my friend. So yeah, please give me some more information on that, Greg. I'm assuming that you mean 1 month is 1 shot, right? That's how it should be. It should definitely not be 1 shot is spread out over 4 different locations. But yes, the where they're supposed to inject it is basically you have your belly button right here, guys, and then there's an X around your belly button. That's the injection locations, but obviously not all at once. You get one. If this is your belly button, the first shot you'll get will be right here. The next shot will be down here in the corner. The next shot will be down here, and the next shot will be up here. And honestly, as well, guys, from my experience, I would say ask your doctor to inject in the fattiest part of your stomach first, because in my opinion, it hurts less when it's in a fattier area. If you're really skinny, you might have a little bit more burn than most people. And the burn only lasts like a minute or two, so it goes away fast. My babies. So Pro Tools says yes. Withdrawals, I get so low energy though. That's the thing though, Pro Tools, is that it would, you could drop your dose down to like 8 milligrams and have no issue. Sorry, you're on 16. You could drop your dose down to 12 milligrams tomorrow and you wouldn't even notice the difference. I guarantee you. You should not be, nobody should be running into withdrawals until you're off the medication all the way, right? Or you did like a super rush taper. But if you do like a slow taper from here, Pro Tool, you can make a lot. We were talking about it earlier in the stream. For people who are on higher doses, like 16 milligrams, you can get down to the lower doses really fast and not go into withdrawal. And what that would look like, and remember guys, I'm not a doctor, but how I would do it if I was on 16 milligrams and I was struggling with sexual desire or performance issues, I would go to 12 milligrams starting tomorrow. I would hang out there for 3 or 4 days. If I was fine, then I would go down to 8 milligrams, hang out there for 3 or 4 days, and then slow it down from there, right? If you feel good, stabilize on 8 milligrams. Everybody can get down to 8 milligrams like that. It's really easy to do that, guys. And then after you get 8 milligrams, then you would slow the taper down, right? You would probably go to 6 milligrams after 8 milligrams, hang out there for a couple weeks, probably, maybe a few weeks. And that should be easy. Then you could go down to 4 milligrams, and then your testosterone is going to start going higher. Your sex drive is going to start getting better as you taper. And you should not have any withdrawals going through what I just mentioned. See a fox. Insurance doesn't, but I'll recheck just in case. They might give me a form to send to my insurance. Savon says, going swimming. Love y'all. Have a good night, Savon. Thanks for showing some love here on your birthday, girl. And yes, let us know the updates on your situation. Have a good swim, girl. So that's Savon, guys. I have her up on the screen right there. Aviv Love. She has a small YouTube channel that she recently just started, so please go check her out. Go check her out. Hopefully she's able to share her Sublocade journey over there. Also, Zach's name I have up on the screen. He has also a YouTube channel, and he had documented his Suboxone taper. So please go check out Zach's channel. And don't forget about Kimmy B. Her name is up on the screen right now. Kimmy B, yeah. She got a YouTube channel as well, and she also documented coming off Suboxone. So please go check out my people. Show them some love. They're my crew. They're my people. I appreciate them. Babies. What did Ryan say here? Yes, Zach, I love that. Zach says, I don't have the YouTube app and I don't mess with Facebook or anything like that, trying to focus more on my life right now. I love that, dude. I love that. And I appreciate you always coming here and chatting with us too, because I know you got a busy life, dude. So I know, in Zach's scenario, just the fact that he even makes it here to listen to this all the time, it means that he cares about this community. So I appreciate that, Zach. Oh, y'all going off in the comments again. Okay, I see how it is. She says, I mean, Matt may be the exception. He said to the audience, the husbands better thank him for getting their wives warmed up. Ryan says, I'm the one that's been clean since January 2nd. I've been following you since I tried to get sober back in 2021. Still struggling with energy levels. But other than that, 7 months in, feels decent. Awesome. Congratulations, Ryan. That's awesome, buddy. Keep on pushing, man. Keep on pushing. Yeah, some people really struggle with energy, and sometimes it takes quite a while for their energy to come back. So just be patient with yourself. And congratulations on 7 months, buddy. That's awesome. Ten minutes behind the comments here. So Pro Tools said someone said 3.5 milligrams to their drive back. So thought I should try to taper down to 3.5. No, dude. No. Yeah. Remember, guys, that everybody's on totally different levels with this stuff. There's some people that are on Suboxone, some people are on totally different things. So as far as the 3.5 milligram, I wouldn't even think about that right now. I would say get down to like 12 milligrams tomorrow, Pro Tools. You're ready to go down to 12 milligrams. But yeah, the lower you get, the better your sex drive and your libido will get. You'll feel a difference too. You'll feel it likely. But yeah, that's what I would do, guys. Just a quick throw out numbers for the taper is if you're at 16 milligrams, go to 12 milligrams for 4 days a week, and then go down to 10 or 8 milligrams. Do that same thing for a week, and then check in with us and let us know how it's going. And then, but definitely don't just jump down to 3.5 milligrams. That could throw you off a bit if you go from 16 to 3 milligrams in one day. Obviously, that's going to be too fast. But you definitely don't need to take, and I'm not even saying you need to taper all the way off of Suboxone. I'm just saying that you probably at this point in your recovery, you're not worried about relapse, right? Hopefully. And relapse is hopefully the furthest thing from things that you think about now. And then if that's the position you're in, then, you're probably good to start lowering your dose. So, okay. So Pro Tool says 267 total. So he's just barely in the normal range. What does the normal chart say? Like 250 to like 800 or something like that. I don't. It could be different for different areas, but I'm willing to bet that he's like right there at the very bottom of the low normal range. And I would be like, Doc, this is too low. My doctor, the way he worded it, he's like, I treat the patient, not the numbers. And what he meant by that was if he sees that I'm at the very low end of normal and I'm complaining about having a low sex drive and other factors like, depression or low energy, just symptoms of low T, basically, right? And he sees that I'm right there towards the bottom end of normal, then he's like, okay, if you want TRT, testosterone replacement therapy, you can get on it. You're right there in that range. So yeah, I would think honestly, like, I don't know. It's hard for me just to recommend everybody go get on TRT. But I would say probably first try to lower your dose of Suboxone if you're in the position to do so. That would probably make a really fast difference as far as that goes. Maybe get yourself some Viagra or Cialis for the weekend nights or whenever you need to get in the mood. It might help. It will help. I'm so afraid my doc dropped me from 16 to 12 milligrams, but it honestly was no difference. I only started feeling it at 2 milligrams. Yes, yeah, many people think that they're going to go into withdrawal at these higher doses. And for me, I never even hit physical withdrawal until I went under 1 milligram. So anything above 1 milligram, we'll just say above 2 milligrams to keep it simple. Anything above 2 milligrams, it was all in my head. It was nothing physical as far as withdrawals goes. So Greg says 1 month, one shot. Yes. The two around my spare tire are definitely fatty zones, but the other spots, he injects about 2 inches above the belly button. There's not much fat there, and that injection hurts like a bee. So yeah, that's exactly how it was for me too. Same thing. And yes, that's totally normal. What he's doing with the X around the belly button. That's definitely how they're supposed to do it. Did that answer the question that you had, Greg? If not, feel free to ask more clarifying questions if I didn't answer what you meant there. Yes, I'll admit I'm an all or nothing kind of guy. I want off subs by tomorrow or forget about it. The mind of an addict. Yeah, I mean, I used to be that way too until you find out what it's like for Suboxone withdrawal to kick in, and then you're like, oh shit. I remember I used to think the same way. I could just stop taking these tomorrow. Screw that. I'll just do it now. Why taper? And then I did it. And then 2 or 3 days later, it hit me like a freight train. Boom. I was like, oh, this is why people taper. This is why they do it. So Jill says it took me 5 years to get to 3.5 milligrams. Yeah, and some people it takes. I mean, you guys saw how long Zach was on Suboxone, 17 years, right? Some people go slower and faster, and it's definitely not a race. So don't feel like you have to race anybody, but definitely I wouldn't go from 16 milligrams right to 3.5. That's too big of a jump down. At most, I would say somebody on 16 milligrams should go down to maybe 8 milligrams. Even that's probably kind of a little bit too much. I would say 12 would be the first stop from 16. And that should be very easy to do. Because so many of your receptors are being covered by the first 8 milligrams of Suboxone, even the first 4 milligrams. So many of your receptors are being covered, right? So to a certain point with Suboxone, you're really taking more for almost no reason. Let's just say being single after quitting subs is painful. 24 hours a day, Blue Beach. Dang, dude. So you're like super horn dogging over there, Zach? Is that what you mean by that? Getting off subs seems literally impossible. Wish me luck. I'll try and taper again, Kevin. Thanks in chat. Yeah, just check in with us, man. Just check in with us. Don't rush it. I know you want that mindset, but trust me, this stuff is definitely not like an on-off switch type of thing. And if you try to rush taper off Suboxone, you'll find that out. So please just take your time with it. You can make a lot of progress fast, but don't rush it too fast because it'll hit you. It'll hit you backwards. Trust me. I've learned that the hard way a few times. Hopefully, maybe next time we can see you on a Wednesday or Sunday live stream, and hopefully you've chalked that dose down some, buddy, and you'll start to feel better. Just remember, the lower dose you take every day, the more your testosterone is going to start creeping up, and then your sex drive is going to be going up with that. And a lot of people say with Suboxone, less is more. Like they feel better on lower doses. No, I would never kick Kimmy out of here. No, I wouldn't. I would just, if I have to skip over some comments, that's something totally different, but I would never kick her out of here. Oh, I see what you're saying, Zach. Yeah. So Zach says, I'm good. I'm just saying now is when I'm single, question mark. Yeah, that's definitely an interesting situation that you've got there on your hands. Best of luck, Pro Tools. You can do this. Okay, guys, we've gone for 2 hours and 17 whoppers. I'm going to go ahead and thank the sponsors of tonight before we wind this show down. I've already got the lights dim, so we're here on the late night shift here. Usually I try not to go too dang late on the Sunday night streams, but It is what it is, baby. So we had KG Smith with a $40 super sponsorship. Shout out to you, KG. And we also had Kimmy B with a $30 super sponsorship. Shout out to you, KG. And hashtag with a $15 sponsorship. And Sivan with a $10 sponsorship. I appreciate you guys showing the love. I'm pretty sure I got everybody. I want to make sure that I did, because I would totally feel like a butthead if I didn't. Yes, I think I did. Shout out to you guys for showing the love up in here. Are there any further questions, comments, or concerns before we wrap this baby up? You are all my babies. Looks like we've got to 24 likes on the Sunday stream. It's been really hit and miss here with the streams lately, guys. Like last Sunday, it was like 30 people in here the whole night. Today, it was like maybe average of 15. So it was like a lot less tonight compared to last Sunday. And then the Wednesdays have been flip-flopping too. So it's been really interesting to see how different the chats have been lately. My babies. Tara says, what did I miss? Did anyone else catch that? What did I do? Protocols. I got my confidence back up from this awesome group of people. And what's that really helped? I much love. Yeah, we're glad to see you up in here, Jill. Hopefully you're doing okay. Jill. KG says, how far apart do you two live from each other, Tara and Zach? Wait, I thought Tara is in Cali. Isn't Tara in Cali? I mix you guys up. Sometimes I read you guys' name at the same time and I get them backwards. Like when I'm reading one thing I'm looking at, when I'm looking at the other, I'm like, I probably had done that before. Now I'm going to go back and listen to what I said. That's when you know it's time for me to get off of here, when I start reading shit backwards. My babies. My voice is getting chapped. Kim Show dead. I'm in Tampa. So yeah, Zach's in Florida. And has anybody heard from Matt? Man. So we haven't heard from Matt, Joe. You guys remember Joe? High dose Suboxone Joe. Reed, I think, made a small update. Man, a lot of people just don't make videos anymore. FMD don't make videos now, I guess. I don't know. Hopefully he keeps making them. He hasn't made them for a while, though. I was looking for an update on his channel. Luke hasn't been making videos. It's like a lot of people stopped making videos. Very interesting times right now. I had no voice for 2 days after the show. I screamed like it was an Elvis concert. Scream that baby. Scream that baby. Okay, guys, 2 hours and 20 minutes. We're going to rock out of here. I hope you all have a great fucking week, baby. And I hope that Pro Tools gives us an update with his taper if he begins doing so. No, he says I'll lose my wrench. I just read an older comment. Yeah, hope you guys have a great week. Thank you guys who chatted up in here today and hung out with us here for 2.5 hours on the Sunday night live stream, baby. And we'll see you guys on the Wednesday live stream. I'll be in the chat for a few more minutes hanging out with y'all. All right, bye. Love y'all.